Dear students, today we are discussing about principle of chromatography. In any type of chromatographic technique, the basic principle involved is interaction. Interaction between the particles of solute, that is sample which we have taken for the separation, and the particles of stationary phase, that is the column through which we are passing the analyte. So the interactions occurs between solute molecule, that is analyte, and the stationary phase. These interactions depends on physicochemical properties like solubility, molecular weight, boiling point, and density. Hence, these are the basic parameters for any separation techniques. So, before going to separate any molecule, any sample, we have to know the basic things like solubility of the sample, molecular weight of the sample, and then boiling point, even the density of the molecule. So, it is very easy if we know these parameters for the separation purpose. There are many mechanisms are available for the separation of particles for chromatographic techniques. They are adsorption, partition, ion exchange, size exclusion, and affinity. So these are the 5 different mechanisms available for the separation of particles through the chromatography. So based on their physicochemical properties, these mechanisms can be chosen. First thing is adsorption. So the separation of particles takes place based on adsorption process. In previous videos, we discussed about adsorption process, how it will takes place. So, in this adsorption process, the separation of mixture of components takes place based on the interaction between adsorbate and the adsorbent. So here, mixture of either gas or liquid gets separated when it is passed through the adsorbent bed, which gets adsorbs different compounds at different rates. See here the adsorbent bed on which the particles are get adsorbed selectively. Adsorbent is a substance which adsorbs the substances. See here, it provides large surface area for the adsorption process, and also it is very porous in nature. So adsorbent is a substance which provides the area for the adsorption process, which adsorbs the substances, whereas adsorbate is the substance which attracted by the adsorbent, which adheres to the surface of the adsorbent, and the process is known as adsorption. Examples for the adsorbents are commonly used adsorbent is silica gel. This silica gel is available in various grades like silica gel H, silica gel G, silica gel N, silica gel S, hydrated gel silica, and modified silica gel, whereas the other adsorbents are cellulose, microcrystalline cellulose, alumina is also commonly used as adsorbents. Next principle of chromatography is partition. So the separation of particles takes place based on partition coefficient. So this partition coefficient is commonly observed between two immiscible liquids. If the substance which we have taken for the separation is dissolved between two immiscible liquids, the distribution of the particle takes place between two immiscible liquids can be estimated through the partition coefficient. The examples for this partition principle through which the samples or get separated are gas liquid chromatography and also paper chromatography and liquid chromatography. So these are the examples for partition principle. Next principle is ion exchange. The name itself indicates that the ions are get exchanged for the separation. So here the particles are get separated based on exchange of oppositely charged ions. So separation occurs based on attraction between oppositely charged particles. That is, if the stationary phase is cation in nature, then the mobile phase will be anion in nature. If the stationary phase is available in anion in nature, then the analyte we have taken should be in cation in nature. Then only the separation process will occur. Then only there is a possibility for the process of separation. These ion exchangers are available in two types, that is cation exchanger and anion exchanger. Next type of principle in chromatography is size exclusion or molecular sieve. In this type of principle, the molecules are get separated based on their size. Sometimes it is also depends on their molecular weight. This type of principle is applicable especially for the biomolecules which are very larger in size, that is macromolecules such as proteins and industrial polymers. So especially the size exclusion chromatography is useful for separation of proteins and industrial polymers. Sometimes in case of size exclusion chromatography, aqueous solution is also used for the transportation of sample. In such cases, it is referred as gel filtration chromatography or gel permeation chromatography. In this size exclusion chromatography, the column is packed with porous beads such as dextran polymers and agarose or polyacrylamide. So these are the some porous beads which are used for the separation of particles through the size exclusion chromatography. The pore size of these beads are used to estimate the dimensions of micromolecules. So according to the analyte molecules, analyte sizes of the molecules, the porous beads can be selected for the separation of the particles. Next one is affinity chromatography. In case of affinity chromatography, the separation of particles is based on exclusive attraction of the particles. So this attraction can be takes place in a specific manner. So here the separation is based on highly specific interaction between the desired molecule with the stationary phase. So here, if the desired molecule means which molecule we have to be separated. So sample which we have to be separated exclusively, particular molecule which we have to be separated is known as desired molecule. So if the desired molecule is bind towards the stationary phase or attracted by the stationary phase, then it get separated very slowly. If the desired particle does not attracted by the stationary phase, does not attracted by the stationary phase, then it will move very fastly. It will get eluted first. So these are the some principles which are useful for any type of chromatographic techniques. Thank you, students.